Rob Morales from Morales Business Network, and today I'm here with
Arthur Burris, founder and CEO of Sketch Incorporated, the developers of Porteiro, a lifestyle concierge app.
The Morales Business Network was formed to support our entrepreneurs and small businesses through network marketing. Thank you for joining us, and for the next 20 minutes, we're going to be talking to Mr. Burris about his business, but more importantly about who he is. Here at the Morales Business Network, we believe in connecting people via video marketing and exploring the you in your business. With that said, we like your likes, but
love your loves.
So hit that heart button and let that sea of red can just flow right past us. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that subscribe button and that bell icon will give you notification of future videos. With that said, Mr. Burris, how you doing?
Fine, and you? Thanks for having me.
You can let go of your heart now.
No, I'm getting ready for the next one. See, I'm so primed up for it now.
Yeah, we were practicing a little bit about the heart thing. We're here talking about Porteiro, and what is Porteiro?
Porteiro, when it's translated from Portuguese to English, means concierge. And the Porteiro app is a lifestyle concierge app.
Are you Portuguese by chance?
No. I'm not.
You never know, you know what I mean? It's a concierge service, so do you want to describe what that means? I think I have an understanding from my perspective in dealing with kind of a concierge service, but this is actually a mobile device.
So the idea is to simplify your life's experience in one mobile app. So there's many niche apps in the universe today, if you go to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. So there's different niche experience apps for hairstyling, barber, walk your dog, find a chef, so to speak. But there's not a marketplace type app where individuals can personalize their life experiences in one mobile app.
Yeah, and I think I was exploring a little bit about what you're trying to develop and what you're trying to do, and the differences between, let's say, like an Angie's List or some other service that does provide kind of that referral network. Not that we're plugging anybody else but Porteiro, but what are the differences between your app and, let's say, some of the other competitors that you have out there?
So the other competitors, they're lead generators. Yeah. So basically, like you as a consumer, if you need a landscaper, you would put in a request that you need landscaping service. You go into their website and you request, that type of service. They send out quotes to multiple landscapers. You receive quotes via your mobile phone, and you either accept or decline the quote. What we're doing is we're personalizing your experience what's specific to you and your family as users, and then you personalize it. You're able to search and request services from providers that are top ranked, and then you can, schedule recurring services with these same providers. Card on file, don't have to make a payment, pull out a debit card because it's all, transacted through PayPal. You can rate your service provider, and you can schedule those recurring services, but we also have the on-demand aspect for, special occasions. So let's say your daughter or sibling, has a birthday party, and you want to request clowns, birthday
jumping
cake.
Castle? Are you a big jumping castle?
Jumping castle, things of that nature.
I like my jumping castle.
You can request that on demand. The whole aspect is how do we bring service providers to you instead of you going to a brick and mortar location, because, quite frankly, we're very busy in our lives. Yeah. So why not have the opportunity for service providers to, provide those services at a location of your choice, whether it's home, your office, or a friend's house.
So the app works just like, I'm guessing just like any other app. And as far as you said there was a network, you build your own network, it sounds like.
Well, we're using artificial intelligence, so the first thing to do is service providers download the app. We do 100% criminal background check and a license verification, which a lot of companies do not do. The service providers, they obtain a seal.
Oh, so you guys do the credit check yourself and then?
Not a credit check, but criminal background check and a license verification, because you don't want anyone just coming to your house providing services and they're not licensed. So from a protection perspective, from a consumer point of view, we ensure that there's a criminal background check and license verification.
When I was exploring what Porteiro is and a little bit about yourself, I was trying to see and understand your driving force behind this. As entrepreneurs, we get up one day and decide, hey, we're going to change something about what we're experiencing. What was that day for you? What changed?
Being a busy professional, my career has spanned the financial, technology, and operations. So as that business professional, that I worked in California, in Silicon Valley, but I had a home in Arizona. So when I would come home on the weekend, My Saturday was filled with, gotta get a haircut, gotta get a face save, I have to get the car wash, house clean, pick up dry cleaning, drop off dry cleaning.
So are you one of those Yelpers that's kind of going through and trying to pick out that service?
So there's a couple of ways you would do it. Like, I wasn't a Yelper. You either search for something online or you ask for referrals from friends or you use Yelp, right? Because there was nothing that I could use to personalize my personal experiences. So yeah, like you said, I would have to go to Yelp, rely on referrals, or drive around to find a location. Where I lived was quite a ways from convenient locations, so it would be 30 minutes just to go to the car wash. So it was very time consuming, and basically you imagine on a Saturday, if I'm spending that much time, then there's other business professionals or parents for that matter that are spending a lot of time because they have the kids to take to sporting events on the weekend. When do they have time to take care of themselves and get their hair styled, makeup, etc.?
Was there like a specific day that you recall that like, hey, I have this idea and I got to share it with somebody?
I think the initial aspect was I had to drive a half hour just to get a car wash, or 45 minutes, which is 90 minutes round trip, to get a facial shave and head shave. That's not even counting wait time, right? That's just drive time, and it's not even sitting in a chair, which is about 20 minutes. One was going to get something to eat. Uber Eats was around, but not in that area. There wasn't a DoorDash in that area. So it's like, all right, I have to put on my clothing, drive 30 minutes to just arrive at a location to order food, wait about 20 to 30 minutes for the food, and drive back another half hour. So that's an hour and a half just commuting, waiting just to pick up food. And it was the same for just personal services.
It sounds like the app just kind of eliminates, especially those rural areas where some of these other apps aren't servicing, that's a service you can provide and fill in.
Definitely, right? Because it's a time saver. In everyone's life is, you want to be as productive as possible, especially around your personal lifestyle. You can spend it more with your friends, your pets, family members, or doing things you love, like reading, watching a movie, or taking a walk with your loved one.
So the big question is, what food did you get? What food was it?
It was very limited, so it ended up being sushi.
No plug for that sushi, please. Was that here or California?
I was in Peoria, Arizona.
In Peoria.
Yes.
You travel back and forth between here and California. Any particular reason why you do that?
The work location was San Jose, California, and then my home was in Peoria, Arizona. I landed here more so for economic and then, friends.
Did you grow up around the valley, or did you?
No, I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. So I moved around a lot. Went from Los Angeles, California to the military, lived overseas for 6 years, and then professionally worked, throughout the U.S.
Another big question, who's your team?
Being from Los Angeles, all LA, so it's the
LA
Lakers, Rams, Dodgers, and Kings, from the good times through the time periods where you're rebuilding.
Oh boy, he sticks with them. So that's called loyalty.
Even when the Rams went to St. Louis and came back, so yes.
So traveling back to Porteiro a little bit, what are the needs you're trying to eliminate regarding using the app versus using, the competitor?
The main time from a user perspective, mainly for the consumers, is eliminate the need to search. You will spend a lot, like you mentioned before, Yelpers. We'll eliminate the time to search, asking for referrals, and you have it in the power of one app because there's multiple services in the palm of your hand and that very impactful device that you have. It's very powerful. So it's mainly the search time. But with the personalization, it's going to eliminate the scheduling aspect of it because one of the features will be you can schedule your recurring services, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly.
So if I'm your friend, let's say on the app, would I be able to see what businesses and referrals that you've tapped into or you use that you've rated? Would that be available to you?
Yeah, so there's a rating system. We're actually using emojis instead of 5 stars. So
smileys.
Use the smileys. We're making the app very user-friendly, very innovative, unique to the eye.
If they get a less than 0, do they get a little poop emoji?
You actually get a frowny face. It won't be a poop, but
I might have to vote for
kids might like that. I don't know. I have to do a kids version.
But hang in there with us. We're going to take a small commercial break, and we're going to finish up with Mr. Burris right back. We are here because we want something different. Hi, my name is Robert Morales, I've explored and tried to figure out the best way to connect with people. It has been a journey all its own. It originally started with a group of friends who just wanted to kind of figure this whole business thing out. But what happened after that was something way different than I think any of us expected. As we put these events together, it is almost like seeing family. We are here to share our experiences, the things that have happened to us, our challenges, but also explore life together. As you'll see, and I believe as you'll experience, this group of people that we've formed is much more than just a business networking group. What it's become is a family, and the true essence of family is where people meet and share each other's lives.
We are the Morales Business Network. Hello.
That is awesome. Hi, so we're back and we're talking to Arthur about Porteiro, LA, Rams, Dodgers, oh my, all that stuff. And getting back into Porteiro and kind of the business structure. Do you want to talk a little bit about the business aspects for that? Because there's people out there that have small businesses that would like to benefit from this app. How do they benefit from?
Yeah, there's a two-sided marketplace. There's the consumer side and there's the service provider side. So those are your solo entrepreneurs, small and medium businesses. The goal for them is to reduce payment processing costs. One of our features is we eliminate that. So every time you transact in the app, we're paying for the payment processing fees. So that saves them about 3% on average. The other is bringing all of the different capabilities that are historically within enterprise type technologies and bringing it into the power of the mobile app. So they can go 100% mobile for those that would like to. And if there's ones with brick and mortar locations, the app can be an extension of their business during hours and after hours, and then the capabilities that are within will help reduce other operational costs, and then it'll also improve their productivity.
So do businesses get to rate other businesses too, or is that just a consumer only?
So the businesses will be able to rate the consumer based on their attitude, good attitude, bad attitude, great attitude, and then the consumers are able to rate the service providers based on the service provider, whether very satisfied, or very unsatisfied. So then, of course, there's a rating system aligned with that, and if you fall below a certain criteria, then you have a certain amount of time to increase your satisfaction or attitude ratings.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't make sense to be in the marketplace providing services when people are expecting excellent service.
So I should leave you the little star eyes emoji on here for your business. Going back into kind of your development of Porteiro, we talk about struggles that entrepreneurs kind of embark upon starting a business. Do you want to talk about some of the challenges in developing a platform like this are?
So it's 100% mobile, not website based. Some companies have both mobile and website. We're 100% mobile based.
Oh, cool.
We're simplifying everything that could be complex by using the capabilities of the team members and then make it as simple as possible for our users to use. It's complex behind the scene, but it will be simple, lovable, and complete when we launch it.
Yeah, and the cool thing is, kind of talking to Arthur, and this is not the first time that we've talked, but, I've talked a couple times, is the connection aspect. Every bit of you in our conversations, there seems to be this yearning in connecting people, and then that's kind of evident with the app. You're connecting businesses to consumers and vice versa. What is your drive and want to connect people?
So our main purpose is actually to make a societal impact. So our mission is to connect consumers to service providers to transact anytime, anywhere. For every service transaction that happens in the marketplace, someone is contributing to a local nonprofit, and then we also contribute as well. The idea is these are frequently recurring services. Why not create this community feel where consumers and also service providers, they could donate to partnering or listed, nonprofit organizations.
When you talk about impact, that's the other interesting thing. You want to bring profit into the business, but the contribution back to a nonprofit.
Yes.
And we did talk about you developing, you're a corporation right now, correct?
Yes, we're a C corporation in the state of Arizona.
And then eventually you want to transition to a B Corp, right?
The idea is to have a, supply or apply for a B corporation next year.
Do you want to tell people what that is? Because I've heard of it before, but I haven't really understood the whole dynamics behind it.
So to simplify, B Corporation is a for-profit organization that creates societal impacts. There could be sustainability, there's the social impact as far as giving back, and there's, the economic factors. A lot of people focus on, air quality now, greenhouse effect and things. We want to focus on how do we give back to organization, to combat like children health issues, homelessness, and things like that.
I know it's for profit. I mean, it's a business. It has to run on its own. But the bigger aspect in every conversation I've had with you, it's like, I want to give back. And is there a particular interest in wanting to give back?
If you look at society, and you look at a human being as an individual, all it takes is one accident, one event, an individual's life can change forever. So I think people lose sight of that sometimes. What we want to do is, hey, how do we take our experiences and our capabilities and build something, whereas these are everyday occurrences, the services that people use, how do you incorporate to that giving back? Because every individual are passionate about something. Basically, it started off as an idea of a community app. And I guess my foundation is really just, I'm blessed. I've had the professional experience that I've had, but I'm always going to have that, how do I help others? And that's the main foundation of the team.
Does that come from a sense of like a foundation from your family? Or I know we decided not to talk about religion, but I mean, are you a religious person in that person?
So I'm spiritual, and then with that spirituality is, helping others. That's just a natural state. Situations can be reversed. So I think by being fortunate and seeing things, in life, that, having lived overseas and seeing here in our own country, how do you help others is just a natural state of being.
Has there ever been a personal situation where you were impacted and then that kind of supplemented or was the driving force behind Porteiro?
I'd probably say a turning point would be in 2015, about 4 years ago. I was elected to be a director on We See Hope. And We See Hope is an advocate for children health, retinoblastoma. And retinoblastoma is a rare eye cancer.
Oh, wow.
I'm in the room with individuals that have retinoblastoma, which is very rare. As a result of having this rare disease is their eyes are inoculated. And what we mean by inoculated, they're removed from the socket.
Oh, wow.
So that brought me to tears. So my main passion is going to be children health, specifically retinoblastoma. What kind of ties it in, corollary, and I didn't think about it until later, is I almost lost my eyesight, not through a disease, but just being hit in the eye with a belt buckle, getting a whooping from my mother. But if I went one more day, and this was a Friday, and the incident happened on a Monday, I would have lost my eyesight. So there's if I look at a coincidence of an event, that's probably it. It happened when I was young, like 12, 13 years of age. And to fast forward some 30, 40 years later to be in that position to say, how do I make a difference to this organization because they're woefully underfunded? My promise to them was, how do I take my capabilities and help fund and then create the awareness for this rare disease.
That's amazing. And then I also noticed you have some beads here. Any significance regarding those?
Again, it goes with spirituality. This is affinity that was given to me by my dear girlfriend, Buffy.
Do you want to show it there?
So it's the affinity. I got hematite. It's more for blood circulation. And then we have the beads from India. It's more spiritual. Around health, and of course jade, for wealth as well. So wealth and wellness kind of go together.
I guess by the end of the day, what do you want people to remember as you walk off this earth about Arthur Burris?
So the legacy I'm looking for. What I would like to be written on that tombstone is the societal impact on a global scale.
Circling back to Porteiro, as far as the application itself, as you're logging in, the money that you're paying to these services, a portion of that goes to the community impact you keep talking about, right?
Yeah, so some of the features and it will enable you as a consumer to donate, and then at the end of the transaction as well, service providers, they're able to donate, and then we contribute a percentage of the revenues to that as well.
Is there any advice you would give for somebody that wanted to start an application?
Well, the key is focus on the customers. That's your main. We focus on consumers and service providers, and we put ourselves in the shoes. It started with me, wanting services, and then you also have to look at the service provider perspective. What is the business value that you're delivering to them? Because it's a two-sided marketplace. You definitely have to have a passion. Just because you have the passion, you can't do it by yourself, so you have to have a strong team. I was fortunate throughout my 20-plus careers that I accumulated a lot of friends, and those same friends are part of my team.
So if somebody wanted to get a hold of you and ask you just questions about Porteiro, applications, or LA Kings, how do they get a hold of you?
Arthur B. at sketchinc.com, and if you want to know more about Porteiro, it's porteiro.com, and then also Porteiro app. You would find us on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
No Snapchatter.
No Snapchat.
I'm not on Snapchat, so it doesn't matter. Thank you, Mr. Burris.
Thank you for having me.
We're concluding with Porteiro, and we'll catch you guys soon.
Okay. With love.
With love. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon to receive notification of future videos. Thanks for watching.